Hi, so this I'm going to discuss how to design a simple website for free. You don't even need to get a pro version, or you don't need to pay to get a website or to own a website where somebody goes to your website to learn more about you and book a call and also see your services and more about you. So I want you to stay tuned to the end of this video. Do not skip because you're going to miss an important point. This is something you need to pay close attention to. So I'm actually showing you my my back end of my website. I'm going to show you the published one to show you that there is a big difference really. This particular web hosting is card.co, and card.co is only, I think it's only works with a one page website, but there is a way you can section it. If you want to have like about section different from the home page, you want to have a contact page different from the home page instead of everything in one single page, right? So I'm going to teach you all that today, so stay tuned to the end of this video and let's go. So this is the back end of my website really, and I'm really like, I did a lot of things here. As you can see my buttons up here. I actually did, I only left it at 4 because there is something that happened at my previous, happened with my previous website. I had to put a three dots here. These three dots you're seeing right here that always appear on mobile version. That's what I did in my previous website, and it's actually delayed loading. Like I don't know what happened, but then if you go to, let me switch it to mobile, you're gonna see the same thing. Really, you're gonna see the same thing. I want it to be open. I don't want to be, navigating to check this one, all the stuff. So I left it open and this one open as well. So now how I got this, I'm going to show you everything. And there's some part of this website. There's some part of the things here you won't see in my homepage because I hid them to be in a different page. These ones are in my homepage. These ones are in my homepage. These ones are in my homepage and etc. But then this is my about section. As you can see, there is a section here, control, that I use to demarcate, and all this and all that, all these things. There are some things you're not going to see in the homepage, but they are in the back end because I did everything in the back end and controlled it on how it's going to show in the physical, whenever you visit my website. So let's go straight in. Let's visit my website and see how it is really, so you can understand what I'm talking about. This is preciouscolor.com, and this is the home page. Remember what I said about everything not showing in the home page? What's wrong with my network today? I think it's kind of like, yeah, okay. So let me show you something. Now this is where it ended. But in my back end, it didn't end here, right? So let me show you a little bit of something. Now when you go to my services, any of this is clickable, both the picture and the button. So when I go to click on the button, it's going to show me more detail about the service and a book a call link. So I can go back to the home page, and then the about section. I think you saw this in the back end, but it's not in the home page because I wanted it to be in a separate page. Like it's I'm trying to make it like a separate page while it's not really a separate page. It's just like an ash, to demarcate the whole thing. So it's really like cool to learn all these things really. So this is the about section. And my portfolio, I had to do that one separately on its own, different, right? I didn't want it to be the same with the rest. So, and I'm taking back to my visit my website and all that. So let's go back to my let's go back to my dashboard where you're gonna see some other things. My website, I don't know what happened to my network today. I think it's slow. Go back to my dashboard. So we are gonna create a new website right now. Yeah, this is my I've been working on a lot of things, my course and the rest. So this is a card portfolio, right? When you dashboard, I mean, when you open your card, if you are not a paid member, you are not going to see pro here. Now let's click on new site. Let's click on new site. We are seeing a lot of things here. Now the templates, if you want to start from blank page, you are okay if you're a newbie and you don't know what to do. So this one is a pro template. Now if you're on the free version of card, you cannot have access to this pro template. Only the free versions. The ones that do not have um the ones that do not have pro added to the template, you can have access to them. Like this one here in the middle, you can have access to it if you're in the free version. This one here, and so now we are creating a landing page. So let's go to the landing page so that we'll just select a landing, and I'm gonna show you a few things. So this is a landing. There are so many pro templates that are so good right here. So let's start with a template. Today I'm going to start with a template and walk you through defining, changing some things, and in the next video I'm going to talk about how to start from scratch. If you don't know, maybe you just want to change or have a new thing entirely. Now for a free version owner, if you have a first of all, you set up your account, your Gmail that is working and the rest. So let's check if we can see a free template that is at least good to start with so that you don't have to do a lot of work. But then you can still do some things. I don't know. My network is really bad today. What's happening? Today I had to do a video. So
Now I'm selecting this template. This is a free template, it's not for pro. So if you have a free account, you can also use this particular template. So let me select and let's get started and work on something real quick because this video is already getting, I don't know, it's already long enough. Pardon me, I'm gonna be let me not say it. So we are here and let's see what we have. Okay, we can work with this. We can work with this. We can work. Oh, let's start. No, looking at this templates, right? Let me click on a page. This page is, let me remove this. Now, this is a page, and this outside is the background. If I click out, it's showing me the background, and the background color is black. I want to use the black because I don't want the video to be too long, changing the colors and all that. But you can always change the colors yourself, right? If you want to. Like this pattern, these are the stars, little things you're seeing, the little purple things you're seeing here. If you don't want it, you can remove it. If you want it, you can change the color. So let me leave the color to black. So what I would do is to enlarge this page. I want it to be large. I don't want it to be, so I'll just click on it and it's here. I'm here already. Scroll down a little bit. So I'm going to work with the width. You see, it's enlarging and let me not do it to, let me just leave it here. Let me leave it at 54, or let me leave it at 55. That's the width. And that's the only thing I need to work on the page because the page is really where everything is going to be in. Now, the page, the containers and everything will not contain in the page. The page is the main thing. So you see some instances where the page has a different color and the background have a different color. But for this one, it's not really like that. There is not, I don't think there's a way you can even change. If you want to change the color, the background color, you change the background color itself, not the page color. So let's work with something. Now let's start with the buttons. All I will do, click inside the page, then click the plus button right here, add an element, and it's going to show options. So add the button. I need to add, this is not what I want. So let me change something. For this not to change the rest of the buttons, I will do something here. So I'll go to the editing, the appearance, and the default. I'm going to remove it to none because if I leave it to default, it might change the other buttons if I do anything to this button I just brought out. So what I'll do is to come over here. Let me do some editing here. I want the background to be the same color. Now, before you even start the website, you should have a color gradient. You should go to Canva and choose a color you like. Colors that are suitable, not yellow, orange, and black, or yellow, blue, and red. Something that is classy, something that is good, all right? Something that anybody looks at and something that you feel good about yourself before taking it out as a brand color. So let me leave it to purple for the test purposes because purple is not my color really. So, but what I'm gonna do here is something. I don't want to have this round thing. So what I will do is to remove this label. I'll just put it on label only, removing the icon. I don't want it. Um, what else am I gonna change here? Center rounding. I don't want it to be round. I just want it to be normal or a little bit of curve like this. Let's leave it at 0.875. And the font, you can change up any font you want, but let's change it to Open Sans. But the Sora is okay though. Let's change it to Open Sans. I have to go to O label. Oh, I'm already up high. O label MNOP. O. Okay, Open Sans. Open Sans. Okay, I've changed it. And the size, the weight, I can change up the weight to thicker. As you can see, it's changing up a little bit. It's extra bold right now, but I can make it to bold. And then I can, okay, everything is in uppercase and it's on a row. There is no much thing to change up here. So the next thing I'm gonna do is to leave it to the color it is. If you want to change the color, the background color, you can switch it up. Let's see 959. Let me see I added 959. I added 957. It will change the color to something else. So but let's leave it to 959. The color it's been. So on hover, whenever I want to hover, what is it going to show? Hover is really like is interactive, right? When you somebody wants to click on a button and it shows this kind of thing, it's so interactive. So I want it to be the same color but lighter one. But if you want to change it to black, for example, let me copy this. If you want to change it to black, for example, where uh the hover is going to be black, or let's say white. No, let's do black. 0000000. Let's do black. So when I click on it, it's going to hover towards black because there is a gradient here. Now the gradient is good. I mean, if you want to do a gradient, you can remove it totally if you don't want it. The gradient is like giving you two shades of color at the same time in a button. So all these things you can walk around with. So let's put it back. I mean, I love this new color though. The gradient, yeah, I love the black. So let's double this button. Let's double it. Let's make it at least 4. I'm going to just copy, but no. Instead of me copying, the best I can do for myself right now is to add extra one. Add another one because it should be on the same line. And then add the fourth one, should be on the same line. So this is it. Now let me reduce something here. Let me reduce the size. Let me see if I can work with the size a little bit or the width of their buttons. You can change up the width if you want to. You can also reduce the height to be smaller if you want to. Let's do it this way. So this is it. Now let's change up these buttons. You can come here to button 1. Just click on this button 1. We can tag this the home page. Home page. That's changed to home. We are going to change something with the URL. So I'll teach you that soon. Button 2, let's write about. Button 3, it's so easy to do this. Like seriously, I don't know if you're enjoying this video. If you're enjoying this video, please subscribe to my channel. Like subscribe, because I really want to be doing this kind of things that would, you know, help. As I'm doing this, I'm learning more and more and also teaching other people. So please subscribe to my channel and like this video so that other people can see that there is a video right here talking about how to create a free website and share to your friends at the same time. So please subscribe. So label 3, what should we name it? I'm asking you right now. What do you think? Let's add it portfolio. Portfolio. Is it correct? Portfolio. Okay. Now it's all right. I'll work on that because there is a little cut off here. I'll work on that. So the last one, what should we do? Maybe we should remove it. Let's just remove it. Let me remove the last one. You already know how to add more buttons if you want to, right? Let me remove the last one. So let me do the width again and increase it so that the portfolio is going to show off the width a little bit up here. Okay, so let's take this up, 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 up. It's supposed to be up, not down. So let's keep it somewhere here. You can see this is amazing. It's so amazing. So let's do something right here. I want to do something. So the next thing is to click on the plus button, add an element, click on control. This is a section, but we are going to change it to header marker, header end. This is like the end of the header. The header is the button. I don't know if you understand. The header is the button. These buttons right here. And this is the end of the header. So everything else that comes under is what happens here. Let me show you. Oh, I don't know if, okay, this should show. I think the recording is capturing this as well. I didn't know. So now these are the headers of this website. I mean, this is the, what English am I speaking? My goodness. This is the header of this website. Now the end of the header is where this container right here started. So this is what I'm doing here, header end. And now I'm going to start with, so I'm going to start with home. So the next thing I'll click again, another control, but this control right here is going to be a section break. Section break is like you having sections in a website. This is for card. I don't know, for Wix do not have this kind of section breaks because Wix is not a one-page website. Now, card is a one-page website. A section divides a section from another, and the section acts like an independent website while it's in the same one-page website. I don't know if you get that English. So now what I'm going to do here is to name this section about. This is an about. So it shows about. So what I'm going to, oh, sorry. This should be home, not about. This should be home. Okay. But even as that, we don't even need, because my previous website, I did not add this home sheet. I didn't add it. So let me remove it. I can only use it because even if I click on home, it's going to take me back home. So let me remove this. It's not needed really. But if you want to add it, you can also put home. Now, if you put home, that means the you're coming to this thing. You're coming to this button. Go back to the buttons. Home. So now the URL is gonna be hash home. Hash. Is it hash or ash? Hash 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 hash. So the URL is gonna be hash home. So whenever I click on home, it's taking me back to everything that starts from this Lauren Ibsen, whatever variable statement. This is the home. But if I want to remove it and take it back to I can take it back to the default. It can always go back to home. It's not necessary. The ones that are necessary are the about section if you want it to be different section. If you don't want it to be in your home page section. So let me delete this. It's not needed really. I'm serious, it's not needed. But the header end is very necessary because if you don't have a header end, there will be a problem. I don't know. I haven't tested if there will be a problem or not, but I just said that. So let's change this to what are we going to add here? Let's add a container. Let me add plus. I want to add, let me show you what a container is and what to do. A container. So this container right here is, I don't know why it keep pushing me back to this place. So let me put it here. It should be here. So this is a container and it's on default. So default is only if you want to do one particular thing in it. If you want it to be columns, like this columns, it will be 2 or 3 or 4. You can keep adding and adding and adding. But I want it to be on default, which is 1. And then I go to the appearance, remove it from default to none. This is going to help you. Always remove any element you add to none. So that when you change an element, like for example, if I click on this, let me leave it to, let me show you an example by adding something. Let me add a style and name it let me name it K. Let me name it container cont. Let me just name it cont and see what happens. So this is cont. And then if I add another container is here. This is what it's going to do. These are 2 containers right here. And this other one is also cont. So this is what it's going to do. Because I did not remove it to none, it's different. It's the same. They are in the same appearance. They are in the same style. So what I will do, let me see. Let me work on something. The width is going to, I don't know, the width setting is going to like be edited at the same time. If I increase it, they increase. If I decrease it, they decrease. If I want to add more padding, pad it to vertical, they both will pad, which is what you don't want because if you do this, it's going to mess up your work. So now, if I remove this to none, whatever I do here will not affect this. Let's see. The width, I seen this. The width is reduced, but it's not affecting this one because they are not in the same style. So let's remove this and continue what we're saying. So now, I'm talking like a teacher, am I? Oh my god. Okay, let's delete this because we don't need it. Let's delete this. All elements in the style will be set to none. No style. Yes, delete the style. Okay, this is none. We are back to this. So what we are going to do is to change this to a photo. Let's work with the background. Do you want the background to be of color? If I say yes, and then I want the background to be red color, it's going to be red color. If I want it to be this color, it's going to be this color. If I want it to be white, it's going to be white. But I want to show you something else. You see those kind of, like my website, where you see a write-up on top of the picture. Let me show you how it works in case you want to use that example. Now it is actually changing the background to an image. So I'm going to upload. Let me check if I don't have any. Um, what am I going to do right? Okay, okay. Well, let me upload this. Let me upload an image right here. You're going to see my picture. That's okay. Okay, I was working on my website before, so but that's why all these ones are here. So let me upload this one. This thing to what's happening. Shift it here. I'm sorry for the long video, please. It's not my fault. I just want to be more detailed. Okay, but then it's small. It's actually small. So what I'm going to do is to increase the length of that thing. So what we will do here is the height, not length. The height, increase the height. Let me just leave it as this. Then the width, I want it to get to the end of the website so that it will be more cool and beautiful. So this is it. So I want to add something. This thing that makes when you want to scroll up, the image, the scrolling up actually surpasses the image. I don't know. I don't know if it's cool or not, but I feel like it's cool if you want to. So let me show you how that works. Um, I don't want to use my touch screen because it's not going to work with this card background. So under the image, that's where you have the setting. Now, what is going to make this website to be that flexible is when you add the parallax. Parallax, yeah, parallax. I want it to be very fast, just very fast. And then the height, let me increase the height a little bit more. Hold on, let me check something. No, there is no need. Now the height, let me do something about it. Um, I don't know why it doesn't want to give me where I want, but it will definitely when you are scrolling up. When you're scrolling up, it's going to show the face. But then let's leave it that way. Let's leave it this way. So then the next thing I'm going to do is to add something here. This is an empty thing. So let me add text, and change text to black color. Let me just shift it to black instead of typing O. So let's go back to Grammarly, my draft, so that the draft is going to, okay, homepage. Sorry, I used AI to draft this because I didn't want to stress my brain. It's not my website. If it's my website, I would take my time to draft it myself. So now this is the homepage. So the headline, let me just use something, yeah? Let me just use something. Let's work with something just for the sake of this video. Now in this thing, let me change it has so many space, and that's not what I want. The letter spacing is supposed to be 0 or 0 point, supposed to be 0. And then the appearance is not supposed to be uppercase. It's supposed to be normal, not uppercase. Yeah, normal. And the alignment, I want it to the left. And also the I'm looking for the width. Yeah, the width. I want it to be reduced. I do not want it to be, yes, I want it to be reduced so that it's not going to be on top of the dressing. And the line spacing, let me scroll down. No, up. The line spacing is supposed to be, okay, it's already normal, 1.5. The weight is okay, but anyway, let me leave it as Sora. I don't want to waste time on that. You can change the fonts however you want. Outline low, keep it at none. But let's say line spacing because the Sora thing is not given. It's too congested over there. Let's space it a little bit like this. All right. And then the weight, I can decide to keep it regular or medium. The medium is okay. And let's increase the size to this so it's kind of like bold. So see what we worked here. See what we did here. See what we did here. So let's remember whatever you do, make sure you switch to the mobile view to see what you've done. Just look at the mess right here. I mean, this is the mobile view, right? And if you're not careful, we are going to work on the mobile view afterwards. So let's just do the, but I feel like sometimes I work with the mobile view at the same time. Let's start with the buttons. Let's start with the buttons. Now, going back to the editing of the buttons. So all you have to do is to scroll down and the mobile, click on manual so that you can edit the mobile differently. It's not like Wix where you have it optimized. No, it's not like that. So the layout is on, wait, hold on, default. Yeah, the layout is supposed to be on default. Now the width of it, let's do something. You see what I mean? This is so cute. But why is it like, okay, I'm going to reduce the size so that it can fit in the size. The size should be this so that it can fit in properly. Uh, I don't know why it's like this. Okay, let's do something. I don't know if there is a spacing or margin or what. We need to do something about this. Okay, it doesn't have too much spacing. I've edited the spacing. The width is what we're after right now. Let's see. Please work, please work. Okay, it worked a little bit. 7.5, 7.625. I mean, this is kind of like a moment of, oh my god, this should work, this should work, so it has worked. It's in line. But let's see. In the next video where I'm gonna start from scratch, I'm gonna show you how to put this thing here. Tree line that you see on mobile view. Let me write it down so I remember. Tree line of mobile view. I'm gonna show you that. So this is it. So now for this one, let's do the same thing. You just click on each of these elements and then edit. That's it. Click edit, copy and paste. Go down again and click on manual. Manual. So now we're going to reduce the size because it's not the size of the website. We're going to reduce the size and we're going to reduce a lot of things here. Let's see. Nope. Well, for the mobile page, we need to do an indent so that it doesn't really go to the edge immediately. We don't need the margin. Let's work on something in the what's it called? In the in the desktop view. Let's work on something. I think there's something I did not. Though the width is too long, so it surpassed. Let's see the desktop view. Let me see if I can reduce the width a little bit. Was it in the margin? I think it's because I did not put my page, I did not make it to get to the end. So if I want to do this, I can always increase the width of my page. Let me increase the width of my page so that it can shift. So once it shifted, I think that was a problem. The width of my page was too narrow. So let's go back to the mobile. I think it has shifted a bit because it was way too long. So the line spacing can be this. Okay. Well, all right. Well. We can work with this anyway, but home pages most times need. Let me do something. Let me add a divider so that it goes up. I mean, this is my little trick. Don't tell anybody. This is my little trick. This divider helps me a lot. So I can always add more dividers under so that the content can go up. So, but this divider, I can change it to black or white or invisible or change it to something. You have to, toggle it to the color of that picture that you want to change it to. So that kind of a thing. So let's do this. Let's just do the mobile version. Let's change this divider to only mobile. So the what you can do about that is to go to settings. Go to settings. Check your visibility. Mobile only is not going to show in the website. This at the same time, mobile only. So when we go to the desktop version, you would see that the lines are mobile only. It's not going to show in the desktop version, which is okay. So for the desktop view, I can increase or reduce the size. I can pretty much change the height. I mean the width of it. I can change the width to be longer so that it's at least more this thing. So we are done with this one. So the next thing, we can just leave this variable statement of a thing, blah blah blah. So next thing I'm going to show you, you can add every other detail. You can add more text. This is a container really. You can add more text to this. If you want to add a text, just click on anywhere, add an element, and add a text. But if you want to add an image, add an image. So we are done with this. The next thing we are going to do, let me show you how to do an about section. This about section should be somewhere here. Let's change it to about. So in order for us not to forget about to this about, go back to this place, come here, then this URL, all you have to do is just to do hash about, that's it. Hash about, that's literally it, that's done. So let's do something and then test. This is about. So I've already showed you how to do a container with an image. You can always do that in your about section as well. So let's just copy something from here, this draft, and paste. About page, we can say our story. So I'm clicking on this thing so that I can put the text under it. And the text is going to be FFF, white color. Our story and the rest of them. So now let me show you, let me do something. Let me edit this. The size, the width, the line spacing. So let me show you something. For example, these things out here are like to support you. For example, I want to make this secure to be bolder. I can just do double star asterisk 1 2 1 2. It becomes more bold, but it will be more bold when your background is lighter and you have a black text. That's where you see the boldness. So this is it. If I want it to be slanted, only one of the asterisks on each side. So it's actually slanted. And if I want it to be underlined, I'll just have to be let's see, asterisks here, asterisks here, and underline is going to be inside. Let's try. It's going to be inside of it. Control this. This is it. I mean shift. I'm sorry, shift. Depends on your keyboard. If your keyboard is a US keyboard or but it's actually this. So it has, I can change up the underline color because if I put an underline, definitely it's going to show up here. Underline color, I can change it to red or darker or white. So this is it. So that's for that one. You can use the instructions under here. If you want it to be subscript, if you want it to be highlighted, for example, if I want to highlight this, I can come here and highlight this to, if I want to highlight it, it has changed. So let me check here. I'm going to see highlight. So the highlight color should be this color, red. Or let me put it white highlight color. No, let's do a red, pure red highlight color. Pure red highlight color. So this is it, right? I'm showing you this so that you can know. These are if you want it to be bold, italic, if you want it to be italic only, if you want it to be strike, etc. If you want it to strike, for example, let's do this. Strike. I've forgotten that thing to strike. So I'm just going to leave it for now. But it should be in your keyboard. It's something that looks like an Indomie. So yeah, we are done with this. So let me duplicate this text so I don't have to create a new one. But then I have to put a divider. to demarcate it to give me a huge space. But this should be normal because it's on every. So the visibility is actually what controls what gets seen in mobile and desktop view. If you want it to be excluded, neither in mobile or desktop, you put it in excluded. Now it's normal, showing that it's going to show both in desktop view and mobile view. So for this divider, I want the color to be black so that it's not visible. So that nobody will know you used a divider to divide a particular text from the other. That's a little trick. So now the next one will be our team. Copy and paste it here. Now the little thing is that if you want this our story to be different, let me say I'm removing it from here. Then you do something about this. Let's do this again. I'm duplicating this text so I don't have to create a new one, right? So I'm coming back here to do our story. I can decide to make it bigger, size, make it big. Oh my god, no, you see what I said before? I forgot to remove it to, let me put it on none. So let me adjust it. Our story, you can always make it bigger, right? So that it shows that is different. This is our story, founded in blah blah blah, etc. So this is your about section. And now the thing is, in this about section, there is a control right here. Now the options here is to show whether you want to hide the footer, hide the header, and etc. But I want them to show. I will show you what I mean. So let's just see this is completed. The last thing we are working on here is the portfolio. You can create a portfolio yourself, right? But in the next video, I'm going to talk about how to create a portfolio yourself. So let's do another session. Let's do a divider and session control. So this control is going to be portfolio. Portfolio. Something might go wrong, but we are going to correct it. If it eventually goes wrong, we are going to correct it. So let's say the remaining part of this place is your portfolio. Let's just assume it's your portfolio. But then let's delete this part that I did not add anything because it's going to flag like I did not finish it. And let's delete all these photos. I don't want to add anything to it so that this video is not going to be too long. It's already 1 hour. Oh my god, like I'm so sorry. Please subscribe to, I don't know, I don't know. I want to, and let me know in the comments. I really want to know what next do you think I should talk about. I want to do a video on portfolio, different video on portfolio, and what to add, etc. And I want to do a video on how to get a web domain, and also how to get, if you're in Nigeria, getting a card pro needs a dollar card. Go to your bank and request for it. And if you are US, UK, anywhere, you can get it with credit card or debit card, whichever one you have. And I have a low battery. God forbid. No. Okay, so let's be fast about this really. So let me delete this one. Let me delete this one. And I don't know what this is doing here. This control. Delete. I don't want it here. So let's assume all this down here are your portfolio, correct? So now let's do something. Let's go back to the buttons up here and change the URL of the portfolio so that it will show portfolio. The URL is going to be hash control 3 hash portfolio. If you don't change the URL, I'm sorry, you're not going to see it when you upload or when you publish. Done. This is done. I don't know what's happening. Network problem again. This is crazy. Okay. So we are done with this. There is something I needed to show you about your social media pages, the social media numbers. These are icons. If you want to add an icon and these icons are not here initially, all you have to do is to come here and click on icons. You keep adding more icons and more social media accounts you want. For example, you don't have a VSC, is it Visco? I don't know. If you don't have a VSCO account, all you have to do is to come here and delete it. But don't delete from here. If you delete from here, it's going to delete the entire icon line. Always click on the drop down and delete anyone you want to delete. And for example, you want to add an email. You want to add an email. All you have to do is to mail to your email address. You must add mail to your email address before it works. So that's for that one. Then your Instagram, all you have to do is to add your Instagram link in the URL. The same thing with the other social media accounts, and that's it. Your Instagram, just add your Instagram URL, your Instagram profile URL, your LinkedIn, and the rest of them. If you want to add, you can just click on add and click on the name or type. Then you scroll, there are so many things you have to find here. The next video, I'm going to show you that as well. So we are done with this. So let's do something. We're not really working with the mobile at this point, but it seems to be, yeah, it's cool. It's already optimized over here. It's cool. So, oh no, this is not cool. Really, no, this is not cool. But you're not going to see the mobile, but I'm just going to show you something. Uh, okay, let me do something. It's not working. Make sure these lines are invisible, really. I want to push the right top down. So I can change this right up to white color if I want to because of the color of my dress, etc. But let's see. You can decide to just walk around it. So, but let's do something here. So let's publish this website. The title, let's name it new website. New website. Description, new website. Whatever you're doing, make sure the description is SEO optimized because it's also going to help. So now publish to a card URL, publish to a custom domain is only because I have a pro, that's why the option is here. But if you have a free account, you're not going to be able to publish to a custom domain. And we can save this as a template. If you want to sell your template to other people, you can save it as an online draft. But we want to see the website. So I'm going to publish to a card URL. So let's name the URL as newwebsite.com. Newwebsite.card.co. And it's checking whether it's available or not. It's not available. Somebody must have used that. Let's do Precious Carlo because I've tried it before, but it's no longer in use. preciouscarlo.card.co. Yes, it's available. But trust me, when you go to this website, you're not going to see. You're not going to see this. It's my website. You would see preciouscarlo.com because I have a premium. So I forgot to say is that if you want to like let's say you want to save this like without you having a domain and without you having a paid account with card.co, all you have to do is to publish it to a card URL. For example, your name is Blessing. You put blessing your name .card.co. It's going to be .card.co because it's free and you are indirectly promoting the company or brand, but at least you have a free website. That's okay. For me, it's okay. If you don't have a domain and you don't have money for a paid account in card, even if you have a domain, you must have a paid account. You must have a pro account in card for you to add that domain. So for me, a domain in card, the I think the highest one at the moment is $49 a year, which is the least expensive I've ever seen. Wix is more expensive, but it has more features, which I love Wix. I use Wix to design for my clients. Um, Squarespace is there, Hotsuite is there, and the rest of them, WordPress is there. But then using card, if you want it for free, you can just use your name .card.co. That is actually what happened here. In the website we created, it is my name .card.co. Simple, and that's just it. You have a free website and you're using the account for free, except you don't want people to know that, oh, you used a card to design it, then you can buy a domain and register or get the pro account for card. So that's just it. So it's loading. Let's see what we have worked on, whether we made a mistake or not. Now let's visit the website and see what happened here. Okay, what we did would have been to add a divider under this link so that it's going to have a space. That's what we would have done. So now this is our website. I mean, it's not bad, right? It's not bad. It's not bad, right? This is our website. But we didn't have, oh yeah, another mistake. We didn't add a header start. So let's go to our about section so that you can see the about and what we worked on. So this is the about and this is the portfolio, the remaining parts of the website I told you about, right? So we did not add header start. That's why these are not shown. Let's add it so that we can see the new, let's add the new changes we have noticed. So now I'm going to add a link, a divider, add element, divider, and I'm going to duplicate it. No, please. The setting visibility should be normal, normal. So I'm going to duplicate the divider so that it doesn't. So let's scroll down here and add a header end. Control, control should be up here. Uh-oh, where did it go to? Nope, control should be here. Oh my god, what's all this? What's all this embarrassment, huh? Control should be here. I don't know why it's not given. Oh, I see. This is a container. I didn't see. So I'm gonna bring this down. This I'm gonna bring it down. Um, let's see what we have here. These are icons in a container. Okay, let me work on something. So I'm going to create a new container for the footer. Let me create a new container for the footer. A new container. So this container is here. So I'm going to carry the icons and put it in here. So now let's add the section. I think it's already here, so I'm just going to pick it up from here. Let me leave it here. So this section is not supposed to be a section break. It's supposed to be a footer start. Footer start means that this footer has started and everything under it is a footer. If you do footer start in the middle of something, everything under that footer start will serve as a footer. So be careful to make that footer before the last footer options. So let's save it again and see what happens. If there is any mistake, this is like you working on things. It can take you days to build the website as long as you're just adding one or two things every single time. So we are just going to refresh our new website here and see what happens. Okay, let me go back to the home page. My battery is running low. Let me go back to the home page. Right, you can see it already have a space here. So I need to charge up my battery. 1 minute. I need to plug my laptop. Okay, now that my battery um there, 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 and as you can see, we also made another line to differentiate this. So let's do it. The line is what I use to demarcate certain elements from the other. That's a little trick that some people do not know. Using PL will help you a whole lot. So from this footer start, all I needed to do footer start, then click on plus button and then divider. Then duplicate the divider. That's it. Publish. Be fast about it so we can close. Publish failed. Something went wrong. Okay, let's try again. It must be a mistake, really. You must be, yes, thank God. Okay, all right, so let's refresh and see what happens. This is kind of like overwhelming, I know, but if you watch this video thoroughly, you'll be able to like know what. So when somebody comes to your website and click on each of these icons and it has its correct link, is going to show, right? But if you don't have any link and I click on this, it's going to take me back to the home page. You see, so about section also has the footer and also has the header. So if I want to go back to home, I can go back to home. In portfolio, the same thing happens. And this is how you like you actually it works like it's a new page, but it's not a new page. Instead of everything to be in the home page, etc., about contact, portfolio, etc., and all that, you can make it to look like it's on a different page while it's not really on a different page. I don't know if you understand what I mean. So this is how you create a website. So you can go to your account and add every text you need to add and more. So next time I'm going to start from scratch You see my website? You see my website? I'm gonna walk you through on how to add this thing. As this website is loading and my name pops up here with these two colors that are so good, I'm going to show you all that. And this line, this thing right here that is saying book a call, I'm going to show you how to do that as well. I think I need to take a note of these things I'm saying. And this, your services, I'm going to walk you through on the services aspect and clicking on this to show me another part of what it really is about. And then I have my store. So I've already shown you how to do this, and yeah. And this is a light box. Let me show you how it works. If I click on any of the image, it's going to enlarge so you can read more about it. This is a light box gallery. I'll teach you how to do that as well. And what else? How to embed your videos. If you have a YouTube video, how to embed on your website, and a lot more. So yeah, the second video is going to be I'm going to start from scratch to do this so that it might be longer, but please forgive me. It's just for me to be more expressive so that you can learn more. So that's pretty much it. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Kindly subscribe for more insight and let me know in the comments, what do you want to learn from me next? Please let me know in the comments. This is like the longest video I've ever made, and it's just because of this website of a thing. So share this video to your friends, to your bestie, to everyone around you. And I've already told you what the next video will be, either to start from scratch and the settings I told you about, or a portfolio website. So, and a lot more I have in store for you guys. So please subscribe and like this video for more. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a beautiful day.